Hell's Paradise episode 2 reaction review. So for this episode, we get a bit of background story for Sagiri Yamada. In the previous episode, I actually called her Yamada, only to find out that it's actually a clan name. I'm not gonna lie, these enemy names at times do show me flames, okay? So Sagiri dude grew up very interestingly. Seeing people get their freaking heads chopped off. Think about how extreme that is as a little girl, right? Growing up, she even struggles with, mastering the art of being a Ronin or being a master executioner, because she would actually hesitate or show fear. And every time she did that, when she looks at her sword, it would actually reflect, the souls of those people that she killed. And even in one of these scenes, interestingly, her father tells her, or her mentor tells her, that when you hesitate or fear, you're actually causing these guys suffering. You even see this perfect example where we see his father kill somebody, and this dude was telling a story, and his father's cut was so smooth, gentle, that dude kept on telling the story and he felt no pain. Which was quite interesting, because in doing this, it sort of shows how powerful and how strong the Yamada clan is, which we'll actually find out as the episode progresses. And then for the next scene, we see Gibimaru get summoned with, the potential candidates to go to Hell's Paradise. We're talking about the scum of the earth. And the one thing that kept on bothering me throughout this whole scene was that my boy literally just tried to run away, from being a shinobi, and he's being lumped in with all of these scummy people. So as these guys are gathered, the Shogun's deal is put on the table to say that, guys, you essentially have to go to Hell's Paradise and bring back their elixir. And instead of saying these guys need to work as a team, like the Suicide Squad, which is what I initially thought, these guys are going to be pinned against each other. So you can imagine they're going to a strange world. When they get there, they not only have to fight, whatever's waiting for them there, but they also have to fight each other, which is crazy as hell. While Gibimaru is just there being lumped up with these dudes, Sagiri even shares the same sentiments as me, to say that looking at Gibimaru, he looks so unthreatening, right? Is he really the Gibimaru, the Hallow that we get to know? And yes, he's definitely the Gibimaru, the Hallow that you think he is. But to be honest with you, the way these criminals are written and the way they're acting out in this scene, you can already tell that the majority of these guys are disposable. None of them are actually likable. The potential candidates are shown the body of one of the guys that came back from Hell's Paradise, right? So this is the only guy that came back still alive. This dude literally has flowers coming out of his head. So the guys start to complain, to say that, are you literally going to send us to a place that is dangerous? And one of the guards, the audacity of these guys, he tries to sell them the idea that you're going to an actual paradise, and dying with flowers coming out of you is actually some sort of honor, which was quite disrespectful if you ask me. And while this guy is trying to convince these guys, I just couldn't stop thinking about the irony of Hell's Paradise, right? I'm pretty sure shit is gonna go down in this Hell's Paradise. It's probably gonna be a beautiful place, but the heinous shit that goes there is probably gonna be wild. And one of the things that I kept on wondering was, these guys who keep on coming back as flowers, are they inhaling maybe some toxin from the actual environment, or is there like some poison ivy like creature there? And then one of the criminals asks such a great question, to say that, how do we actually know that this elixir is there in the first place? And I agree with this guy, right? This is purely speculation. Nobody has brought this back. What if you get there and nothing is there, right? People would have died, men would have been sacrificed for nothing. So the first bomb drops, which is that each of these guys is going to be accompanied by a monitor, right, from the Yamada clan. We see one of the guys even try to walk off, and this dude from the Yamada clan cuts his hair off, clean, puts this guy on the ground. And one of the things this showcased is how strong these guys potentially are. If they're going to monitor people like Gibimaru the Hallow, they have to be strong, I would think so, right? Otherwise, it's pretty much pointless. But in my mind, I'm also thinking this is sort of a waste. What if all these guys go there and they die, Imagine sending all of that force from the Yamada clan. They get there, There's a formidable four and they all die. What a waste. So the second bomb drops, which is that the amount of these guys that are there, they won't be enough to fit into the ship, number one, right? Secondly, the monitors are not enough from the Yamada clan. So this guy says that they need to make a plan essentially so they can fit there. And essentially they need to start killing each other then and there. And an all-out battle, starts up. And these guys have their hands tied up. So they had to kill each other with their hands tied together. Think about that. That's crazy as hell. It was so brutal. I mean, we got guys gouging each other's heads off, taking rocks, smashing each other's heads in. And I'm not gonna lie, as this fight was taking place, I was just hoping to see some ninjutsu get used, okay? We don't see it. I'm guessing they're saving it for when they actually arrive in Hell's Paradise. So it's also revealed that amongst, these criminals, there's those that have red seals, right? So these are your guys like Gibimaru who have, superhuman abilities. There's about 5 of the guys and there's about 10 of the guys actually. And if you think about it, those are going to be our main characters going into Hell's Paradise. There's a guy there that's called the Dragon or something. That's definitely. I hope that's going to be my favorite character. Dude, I mess with swordsmen. I mess with samurai, bro. So Gibimaru starts complaining about, killing, to essentially say that not all of them actually enjoy killing, right? They're not a bunch of animals. So one of the guards gets offended and he says that any criminal that can actually kill Gibimaru on the spot is going to get pardoned. Oh, man. These guys, one of them picks up a rock and he throws it at Gibimaru. My boy dodges, okay? And Gibimaru says to him, dude, okay, with all due respect, I don't want to kill you, but if you try to kill me, I'm going to kill you. And then this dude approaches Gibimaru and oh, dog, Gibimaru goes full berserk. I mean, this dude goes for throats, ribs, hearts. He's tearing these guys apart. That time, he has a red seal on himself. Imagine getting punched through the guts and this dude can even reach your heart, which goes to show that Gibimaru beyond that has super strength, right? Which actually makes sense because in the previous episode they tried to chop off his head. This dude strengthened his muscles that it broke an entire sword, an entire sharp sword, right? Even one of the guys was saying this guy is actually a monster, which is quite true, right? This is where we actually see why my boy is called, Gibimaru the Hollow. Breaks down this barrier that they had around them, takes it to the sea, dude, and you just had blood all over. And everybody was just standing there and looking at him with awe. So at the end of the battle, we left with our main 10, and these are the guys that are going to go to Hell's Paradise, and we actually arrive, which is the final scene of the episode. But in my mind, I kept thinking to myself, if these 10 characters are as strong as Gibimaru or in the same ballpark, what are these Yamada clan members actually gonna do to these guys? Because you can't tell me that Gibimaru isn't stronger than Sagiri. He's definitely stronger than Sagiri. He could probably wipe the floor with that girl, right? Even if the other monitors are stronger than Sagiri, you can't tell me that they're stronger than Gibimaru. But yeah, that's a question that needs to be answered. I guess we'll see once we get into Hell's Paradise. But that's it for the episode. Off to a good start. I'm not gonna say I'm that in love with Hell's Paradise. It's a bit slow, but that's anime. You just have to ride it out. We don't know what's gonna happen in the next episode. So let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section. Definitely leave a like, and if you like the video, consider subscribing to the channel. I'll check you guys next time.